Reprezent 107.3 FM.
So it is time for the Sunday roast. It's Sunday evening, 8 p.m. That means me, Joe Walker, and Scully, him, we come together to reflect on the week that was and give you the last word on it. How are you, Scully?
I'm good.
I spotted yesterday, and hang on, let me just get the thing open. Yep. It's not really a roast, but I find this is useful for time-keeping purposes. So yesterday, or Friday, I imagine it would have been. I only saw it yesterday. Every Friday, as well as the chart being announced, the people that are in charge of this stuff announce new singles and albums that have reached plaque certifications in the UK. So I don't know about bronze. They've changed it now. It's all got reclassified as Brits owned. So it's like Brits silver plaque, Brits platinum, Brits gold, and there's a breakthrough which is in bronze. But I don't understand what that means. So I've not. Whenever people have been posting them, I'm like, I don't even know what that means. But on Friday, Skepta featuring Jme, That's Not Me, went platinum.
Yeah. I saw that one.
Now, I want to take this opportunity to really kind of just 5 years. So let's look back at that track. Not necessarily playing it, but necessarily like what that job, the job that song did for not just those two, but broadly kind of how everyone was looking at grime differently from the old guard for a few years. German Whip was kind of the catalyst, as is the consensus really in terms of like, right, everyone rallying behind a grime tune and it getting played on Radio 1, like what's going on? And then a few months later, it wasn't much longer in terms of like the single being released, because obviously German Whip was like autumn 2013, I feel like, and then it got signed and then pushed again and radio and all that and charting in like spring 2014. Around that time, a lot of quickly followed was That's Not Me.
It was German Whip, then German Whip remix.
Yes, which had Skepta on.
Yeah, which had Skepta on.
And one of the Rizzle kicks. That's how long ago that was, where a German Whip remix had to have a Rizzle kick on.
Yeah, just to make it for the people, you know.
Yeah.
Right, just to make it friendly. I mean, that's how you open the doors. Trojan horse stuff.
Yeah.
Then it was That's Not Me, and then it was, I want to say, Stormzy. What's the one? What is it? It's not Sharp. Was the one?
Not That
P
Deep.
Money had the Not That Deep.
Okay, yeah. Not That Deep was around the same time as German Whip, maybe. I thought. No, in fact, it was a lie. No, it was summer. It was summer 2014.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I think that was the timeline of the three songs that really like not brought back grime, but made grime the biggest genre in the UK.
All eyes on that again.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I was Stormzy's booking agent around that time for like 1 week.
Jeez, wow.
Got him no bookings.
Your piece in the journey.
Nah, I know. He has no memory of who I am. Sure. Nah, someone who was his agent was on holiday, and I was just like, all right, I'll just handle the emails. I just nosy as hell. But yeah, so if you look back at that time, Blacklisted had come out.
Skepta's best project to date.
Yeah, I'd agree with you with that. He was still very much in a mind of like underdog psychosis. Or Blacklisted was off the back of that. I feel like that order. And I can't remember this right. I might have. Blacklisted was either on Freebeat on a Universal label, or he got dropped by Freebeat and then put that out. I feel like it was on the label.
Was it? I thought he got dropped and put it out.
I'm gonna check my phone right now. And we get confirmation.
And it's good you spoke about the subject, because I wanted to speak about Jme, so we can do a little 2-for-1 here.
Okay, sick. Blacklisted came out on Freebeat Productions, licensed to all around the world. So he'd had a nightmare situation with his label. Blacklisted was kind of a response to that as well. No track titles given at the time and all that. We kind of all knew what they were.
Yeah.
But it was put out as if it had nothing. It was just track 1, track 2. You had to see his tweets on the day of release to find out the production credits and all stuff like that. But yeah, it was still in a different place. And somewhere in between that and That's Not Me, which was his kind of, I have a new single, this is my post Blacklisted, I'm here now. it was very much a throw it all to the wall. All this like, I've been chasing not clout, but I've been trying to bust commercial. Like everyone was kind of required to at that time because the P's
that was what you did. Yeah, that's just what you did. There was no money in keeping it real. For want of a better statement, there was no money in keeping it real. Like there maybe was self-sufficiency, but people were seeing people become millionaires.
Yeah.
By doing the pop thing, by going commercial. So it was obvious that's where they go to.
Yeah, and I think history looks back on that all further now with people because more fondly because I think we all, as younger fans and people like that, was like, oh, they're selling out and stuff. It was hard as a listener to take, but now we kind of understand it was kind of a necessity for them.
Yeah, definitely. I will say something that we talk about off mic. I'm just gonna be honest and say it. Skepta did have the worst run of commercial singles. Yeah,
he was just bad at it. That was the difference.
That's the only reason why he didn't pop as a pop artist. He just, like everyone else was doing good pop songs. His pop songs were really not good.
Exactly. So Blacklisted being out on a label was because he's been signed to do not other stuff, not Blacklisted, and so they were kind of like, oh, just get out of it. That's Not Me was very much a right. Two fingers up to that attitude. I'm gonna get my old Triton keyboard again, those mad Esky stabs, and I'm just gonna make dirty old school grime. I'm just gonna wear No Fear hat.
Go back to the essence.
And the video, because if you remember the original video, which wasn't a Just Jam, the original video was about 7 minutes long, and it was like a fake Risky Roads. So it had an interview with Skepta just in his studio or Jammer's basement. I can't remember now. It's not online no more. I don't think. I tried to look for it. And it was them performing it live just on the road.
Yeah. Because that's why the remix video had that again.
Yeah.
Because
it's in the background of the... Because that official video came out on that Hypebeast YouTube channel, which is still seen as like a big deal. They know Hype Track, not Hypebeast. Well, I'm taking it back. And it was like not a shock to the system, but like a wow, yeah.
He's given up on all the Gucci and the Versace shirts and that.
The song is sick. The two are like just barring, and it's like it was like energizing. It was mobilizing, and it
still sounds sick to this day.
Absolutely, and it had everyone going on Tracksuit Mafia. He was doing he still does it now, but around that time he was like doing like really overdoing the Sports Direct, like there was a Sports Direct mug in the It Ain't Safe video, which was the next single. He
wore a Sports Direct outfit. What was that? At what festival was that?
I can't remember. Maybe even the Mobos.
It might have been the Mobos. I want to say Skepta played Glastonbury at any point between 2014.
Probably.
It was a televised event, and I remember turning on.
He performed in Royal Mail jackets.
Yeah, I remember that. That was Top of the Pops.
Yeah, it was a thing. He was doing a lot. But it really led to this whole new energy that essentially peaked at Konnichiwa winning the Mercury. It didn't go to number 1, it went to number 2. I can't remember who was number 1, but it was huge for its time, and it really was. It changed a lot of people's perceptions and so many eyes went back to grime at that time. We know now that there was a lot of stuff bubbling beneath that it was great for them that this was also happening at the top level with the seniors, with the people that have been around a while, because it meant that when all these new faces and people that didn't really listen to grime first time around, or whether it's people who stopped listening and came back, it meant that they also encountered people like AJ Tracy Jams, and if they looked that deep,
the Zoos, the Capital Lees,
and if they not, they would still see a DWE, a Big Nasty, Footsie, who were a P Money, who were doing it sick the whole time. But it really did a lot. It really made
invigorated the grime scene, and the grime scene, for all its faults today, still has life in it because of that big moment. And I'm not saying we need another big moment like that again, but we do need exciting, great music. I think sometimes, people are just trying to recreate big moments and big songs like that, and that makes grime not sound great. Like new MCs, old MCs, they're just trying to recreate the big song, almost like we were talking about earlier with Afro B. They're like, oh, well, this band, so let's try and do this again. And it takes me quite nicely to what I was going to say about Jme. So obviously we were going to go see the Jme Grime MC film, but you want to go see Palace Spurs.
Get battered at Tottenham,
yeah, you should have come to the
film.
That's
karma, really.
But no, the film was really good. It's like a film, but really it's a collection. It has like loads of adverts. They've done them like trailers for his friends' music. So like there'll be Skepta and a Shorty song, and like all of this. Like he has it at like trailers at the beginning, and then like it's all the music videos of the album, like back to front.
Okay.
Not back to front. Sorry, like front. Just the whole of them, all the videos. Yeah, and it's like. A lot of the videos are really good, cool concepts. Some of them are just mid, I'm not gonna lie. But the music is amazing. Like the music is so good, and it annoys me to an extent because I hear that album and I think, right, this is amazing. This is potentially Jamie's best work, yeah. I hear what like P Money's doing with Shook, yeah. I hear like some Blade Vision stuff and Trey Mission and Murky stuff. And I'm like, right, like this is the bar, like Zoo stuff, like this is the bar.
Absolutely.
And this is where grime should be all the time, like Daps on the map. All of this, there's like a few people, Manga, but there's so many MCs and not everyone's at that bar. And obviously not everyone can be the best player on the pitch, yeah?
Yeah.
But I think we've kind of lost the bar in grime. And I don't think we have to wait for Blades to give us some instrumentals, or Trey and Murky to do some work together, or Jamie to drop an album, or even like I really like that Max album, for Max to try and make a comeback with that album, for us to see where the level should be in grime.
Exactly.
Like
New Max the EP coming this month with bare guests on, by the way. Just a little note,
yeah, exactly. And like, how is Max taking years away, learning to produce, becoming a bad boy producer, and then coming back and still being a better MC than some of you who are MCing for 3 years straight? Like that doesn't make any sense. Like, and I think that's why drill and UK rap are having such a big moment. You can be a really bad drill artist and UK rap artist, and obviously they do get shine and even chart and all this, like music that's just not good, but everyone knows the levels, because there will ultimately always be someone who is trying to be levels all the time in those genres. I feel like grime just waits for some people to do the levels things, and then it's like, well, maybe I'm jaded.
I think a lot of the people you mentioned, I think their peak in terms of momentum and people having eyes on them came a lot earlier in their career, at a time when people weren't really making money from grime. So like Blay, Murky Ace was relying on like CD sales, which even then it's all relative. Trey Mission, Blay, Manga was in Roll Deep, but even by his own confession, he told me when he came to my show, he was scared to get on certain songs because he didn't think he was levels, or like he knew he was down the pecking order. So like he wouldn't be on the big grime bangers. He would be where he got him, where he fit in, and then did the commercial stuff and stuff. He did alright financially, cool, whatever. But in terms of like, is Manga the guy? I want to hear what Manga's got to drop. It's come at a time where he's got better and improved as an MC, but it means that at a time when, same with Max, where not as many people watching him as, let's say, the East London is back. So there's that, which is not their fault, and it's kind of what we should expect, demand from people anyway, that they get better as they get older.
Yeah, of course.
It's just weird how it doesn't always work like that. I think another thing is that a nostalgia nostalgia in grime. So we're speaking about That's Not Me. It's a nostalgic look back to those Triton beats and sounds, and Stormzy's kind of explosion shortly after was because of Wicked Game Man freestyles doing Pied Piper and Functions on the Low from Shut Up, which were two really old Rapid beats. Oh no, sorry, Rapid was Pied Piper, XTC is Functions on the Low, both from like years ago.
Yeah.
So it was difficult. That was very hard to like overlook, but people were still making great stuff. But yeah, so you've got that combo of people seeking nostalgia, maybe from production wise, but then also like, got
to grow and have newness. And I think that's what's great about the JME album. If he ever releases it, we're not sure if he is ever going to, there is so much great new exciting grime music. Like it feels like he is pushing the genre forward. Like I want everyone to kind of take that mission and be like, yo, like this is sick, this sounds great, this is new, this is not trying to do the same old stuff that we've been hearing. Let's go forward with this. Like, I want to shout out like a Louis B as well, and like a couple of the producers, Filthy Gears, obviously. Like, there's so many producers out there now who make sick beats that give you the same energy and feeling as the nostalgic ones we were talking about. But they're brand new.
Yes,
they're brand new.
yeah.
Like, it's possible.
It's
so
true.
like, let me stop moaning about Grime.
I just I think I'd love to see more of that stuff on Grime playlists. Ones with big subscriptions that will instead give you young'un. Like, I think that's not the only problem, but that doesn't help. And yeah, I would just love to see more love shown within the scene as well. I feel like if you're not doing the radio circuit, you're seen as like anti sometimes to these people. And you're talking about how people who aren't levels get the same love as some of these people. It's because they are just active. That doesn't necessarily mean, I can't say it in the way that Big Zoo said on Twitter a while back, but he said like putting out bare tunes is not work rate if they're not any good.
That's it.
You being on radio and not really showing any signs of improving was okay, cool. You might be in your happy place going to that radio station and doing your set with your brethrens, and that's fun and that's cool, but then don't try to talk about you're on levels with these people who are actually good at it. There are a lot of people who are I always consider myself not the victim, but like the unluckiest person, the unluckiest Grime show, because I have to rely on them putting out good songs. I don't have sets on my show, so I have to wait till the final road, that they hit the end of the road for a lot of these MCs, and it comes a lot later in many of their careers. Certainly the current generation, they're really struggling. And gotta
learn how to make songs, man.
So that's not that they can take as long as they need to, but I feel like, quote unquote, being active, and for someone like a Maxstar, we've run out of time, we're going to carry on that, someone like a Maxstar doing that still at his age. Now I did all this already, and now, but it's now not, but I didn't do it in a period where like I got a record deal, but then it was still a time where if I got a record deal, I had to make a different type of tune. I had to do a tune that sampled I Wanna Rock by Chubb Rock, if that's who it's by, I can't remember. Like, and everyone sampled that tune. He had to do a tune with, I can't remember that little girl's name, and it was like sampled Good Life, Good Life, Good Life. And that it was a top 40, maybe 41, 42, but like you get a deal as in Max's day, but you still have to make that kind of tune. And they missed, if the streaming era is around when they were popping,
could be a different
they'd all be having different kind of careers, and people would have maybe locked in for longer. You don't know. It's not worth getting hung up on, but it does make you wonder.
I just hope people realise, especially people in Grime now, that you can be a gangman Grime MC, and learn how to make a song. But when I say make a song, don't just go and like try and do an Afro swing tune or whatever everyone else is doing. Make a Grime song, like a song that has all the elements of the things you take from radio, like spitting on radio, but that can actually just be played on radio. Like, it is possible. You can go and do that.
You mentioned P Money's song Shook in that. You actually listed quite a strong list. I think P Money's 2 single run he's just had back to back, No One and Shook, which are apparently he's got a Money Over Everyone 3 coming out. So strong. And it so good. Like
he's different levels, man. I said it when he dropped that song. I was like, he's just better at Grime than a lot of you, and like. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to hear songs from certain people and be like, oh, God, these lot.
Why the rest of you just stop?
Yeah, like I don't want to feel like that. I want to be excited as I am. Like, I listen to a lot of Joe, and like I will discover new germs all the time. But they're sick. Like, let's have that feeling again in all our scenes.
Hopefully the Jme album does come out, because I missed it and so I really want to see it. I heard he's super angry in it, and I'm fascinated by that.
I don't know if he's angry. People think he's angry. I just think he's like
or just disillusioned with being an artist, being in the scene.
He is, he doesn't like fame, and it's clear to hear. He wants people to be normal. Like, everyone should just be normal. I was gonna bring up the Posty situation, but let's just not laugh at it anymore, because it is technically revenge porn, but it is also very funny that he said say East London.
He said what?
Say East London. The Posty situation.
Oh, Posty. We want to finish on that.
I was just gonna say, like,
right, like, big up Jme and Skepta. That's not me going platinum, but Posty said East London. He made her say East London.
That's sauce though.
Is that
A little
something
bit.
getting that little love that you have to command it?
I mean, she said it, innit? So he did his thing.
No, man. Say Croydon is a London borough. That's what I'm saying.
That's a new movement. T-shirts coming soon.
Yeah.
All of them from www.represent. No, I'm
Yes.
joking. They're not coming anytime
Yeah.
soon.
We're out of time. We're going to eat into Rep Relect Show's time. So we're going to leave it there. We hope you enjoyed the show. Follow at Sunday Roast Rep on Twitter. I've been Joe Walker.
I've been Scully.
And that was the Sunday Roast.
Represent 107.3 FM.